NFL is like any other sports league in various ways, but not the least of which is that they have rules that you have to follow. The ones that most people focus on are the rules about conduct on the field, like hitting a player in a certain place, or doing an illegal maneuver to prevent someone from catching the ball. But their rules go beyond that in many ways, and as a result, there are a bunch of banned items and gestures that players can't do or else get fined. Allow us to show you the strangest bans in the NFL. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 5. Non-sponsored items. Back in 2011 was when he was still part of the New England Patriots. Wes Welker was fined $10,000 for wearing a hat promoting Bonk Energy Bars, a company that he invests in. The problem Welker had with that slap on the wrist was that he had been wearing that hat all season long and no one said a thing, which makes it really strange that he was only being affected at that point for wearing the object. Was the NFL just not paying attention before? The NFL and all other sports brands are very much sticklers for not having items shown that are directly from their sponsors. They consider it a violation as it's not approved by the NFL, even if it's something harmless like energy bars. Number 4. Who touches the ball? This rule is one of the oddest and most obscure in the NFL rulebook. And this rule, if the quarterback is under center and misses the catch and the ball as it passes between his legs, he has to be the next player to touch the ball. If any player touches the ball before the quarterback, even in defense, the officials rule it as a false start by the offense. This rule was last called during a Bears and Eagles game sometime in 2007. Now that is a very strange ban because it doesn't make much sense. Why can't other players touch the ball? Is it really so wrong that someone else scrambles to touch it? What's more, doesn't it help the offense too much by saying anyone else touching it results in a flag and a restart of the play? We'll never know. Number 3. The Stroud Rule. Morris Stroud is known as the tallest tight end in NFL history and one of the tallest players in NFL history at 6 feet 10 inches. Although he didn't have a hugely successful NFL career, he was well known for his special teams play as a field goal blocker. However, unlike field goal blockers who rush the kicker and attempt to swat at the ball, Stroud would stand by the field goal post and attempt to block it when it was going through the uprights. As a result, the NFL decided to create the rule known as the Stroud Rule, which states, goaltending by any player leaping up to deflect a kick as it passes above the crossbar of a goalpost is prohibited. The referee could award 3 points for a palpably unfair act. Now, why this is strange in terms of banning is simple. How many NFL players can actually do this? What's more, how many opportunities to swat down those attempts are likely even going to happen? If anything, it should be praised that it could happen, but no, it's banned. Number 2. Tossing the ball into the crowd. This is a ban that every NFL player knows for one reason or another. The NFL hates it when players in either jubilation or frustration go and toss the ball into the crowd. They fine them $10,000 for doing so. Now, we're pretty sure the balls themselves don't cost $10,000, and we know the NFL has multiple balls on hand for each game for various reasons. Plus, why shouldn't the fans in the stands get a chance at the ball? They paid money to be there. Number 1. Socks and shoes. Back in 2004, Clinton Portis and the late Sean Taylor were both fined a total of $15,000 for uniform violations. What did they do? They both wore red socks instead of white 2 weeks in a row. The next season, both got fined again for uniform violations. Portis wore black shoes and striped socks and was charged $20,000, while Taylor also wore striped socks for a fine of $5,000. Why? We don't know. Clearly, the NFL doesn't like a fashion expression. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the rules and bans that the NFL has had that cost players some serious money over the years? Can you believe some of these rules that have been done? Which of these do you feel is a bit too over the top? Which ones do you feel are fair and justified? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.